Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Film Thingy Podcast, the comedy podcast where we invite a guest, or in this week's case, a regular pedestrian, to take a flashlight out into the cornfield and search blindly in the dark for signs of alien life. Matt, why don't you do the honours and tell people what we are ruining today?
Which film?
Which film?
Yep. Mel Gibson, anyone?
Don't say anyone, because no one cares for Mel Gibson anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I won't say him cut that out, just keep going.
Joaquin Phoenix, anyone? Rory Macaulay Culkin, anyone? It's early 2000s. It's religion. It's aliens. It's water. It's...
Signs.
No,
Signs?
Signs.
Signs.
So, another guest.
Yep.
Do you want to know who it is?
I sure do,
A
Matt.
few hints.
Yeah.
He's tall. He's 35 years of age. He's wearing his cap backwards. It's... Take a minute. It's
Tom Berridge!
In you come, Tom.
Hi guys.
Have a seat. Nice to have you, Tom. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So welcome.
Intro.
But real, true.
It is. I am wearing my cap backwards.
Yeah.
Should have come in wearing it forwards.
2 out of 3 ain't
Do you
bad
want
though,
us
is
to
it?
do it again with you wearing the cap forwards? Would you feel more comfortable? So, mega fan of the podcast, you could say.
Indeed. Yeah.
Since day dot.
Yeah. Since day dot. Since pre-release.
Sorry, childish.
Since premature release of the podcast. You big film fan?
I am indeed. Yeah.
What would you say is your favourite film?
Currently, I would say Interstellar is my favourite film.
Like you?
Like me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why is that? McConaughey?
Well,
he is good.
Yeah,
crying
you can't,
scene?
you can't argue with the sexiness. I just love sci-fi movies, and that's way up there for me in terms of a top sci-fi movie. I love the score. I love
It is a good score.
the explanations of black holes, the way that they cover all that.
Taz is,
All that shit.
Taz is a pretty nice robot as well.
Yeah. Oh, the robots are cool, to be fair. Yeah. I like their attitudes.
What would stop you from finishing that film?
What would stop me from finishing that film?
If you start watching it,
You're in.
At
You're sat
home?
in. You're an hour in at least.
you're an hour deep
Yeah.
into McConaughey goodness,
Yeah.
and you think something happens. What would that thing be that you think, I'll tear myself away from this film right now?
Not a lot. Probably a power cut would probably do it.
You're watching it on a laptop with full battery.
Right, got you. Yeah.
What's next? Power cuts off the menu.
Alien invasion, perhaps.
Fair.
Maybe. Yeah.
That is fair. We'll
But
come
they
on.
want to watch it as well. So they're sat with you on the sofa then.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be this difficult. For
No,
you guys
sorry.
to come. What's your guilty pleasure movie? And
Um,
we're all friends here, so you can be honest.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Mine's Mean Girls.
You keep
I've
going
said
on
that
about
before.
Mean Girls, don't you?
Mean
Yeah.
Girls.
Yeah, I don't mind Mean Girls. I'd probably say Polar Express.
Is that guilty
Really?
pleasure? I fucking
Yeah.
love Polar Express. Is great.
It's absolute dog shit.
Fuck you! No, it's not.
It's such janky CGI.
But it's not
terrible.
CGI though, is it?
It's like enhanced.
And
GI.
all right, whatever. Let's move on. You're wrong.
Hence why it's my guilty pleasure.
It's a great film. One of my
I
favorite.
wouldn't say it's a great film.
It's one of my favorite Christmas films. Just saying.
Cinema or home theatre?
Home theatre. I can't remember the last time I went to the cinema.
Fucks off the last few questions.
But if you did go to the cinema,
Yeah, if you did, would you ever shush somebody at the cinema? And I don't know if I can say shush somebody. Shush a person at the cinema.
No, I wouldn't. I couldn't do it.
what if they were kicking your chair at the same time? Or like popcorn was like getting thrown.
If it was like an unaccompanied child, you could do it, right?
Oh, I could shush. Yeah, I could shush
Like a young
children.
child.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I could
So as long
shush
as there's
them.
no
Yeah.
backlash to you.
Yeah. There's no
Right.
conflict coming my way, then I'm happy with it. Yeah.
Like anybody over the age of 16, no way.
10.
Yeah.
Over
Would
age
you?
of 10.
There'd be no
Yeah, I would, yeah. I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe an eye roll or a finger wag.
Yeah. They're sat at the back, you're at the front, and you're eye rolling, expecting that to change anything.
So why this film, Tom? Why Signs? Why Mel Gibson? Why Joaquin Phoenix?
Well, it's loosely tied to my favourite genre, which is sci-fi.
Yeah. Different genre.
Really like Mel Gibson. Said no one ever.
Okay, let's address this.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor.
He's a very talented bloke.
He is. Personal life aside, which is questionable, and I know that he's making a resurgence in films, or a lot of them are sort of like B movies at the minute. But he is a really, really good actor.
He's a great
You can't
actor,
argue that. And he's great in this film.
He's a great
Mhm.
director.
Yes, he is.
As well. He's just he's a very talented person, I think. But yeah, his personal beliefs and things I'm not sure any of us probably agree with.
I think that taints him in a way as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. But it doesn't take, I know people probably won't watch some of his films and things like that anymore, but for me, it doesn't take away from the fact that in this film in particular, I think he is fantastic.
He is. All the cast are good in this film.
Yeah, they are. Really
It is
good.
a really good cast. Even the kids,
Yeah.
I'd say.
It was that time, wasn't it, where child actors started getting better. Minus a few,
Yeah.
Rory Macaulay Culkin, Kieran Macaulay Culkin.
Rory saw a bit of what Macaulay was about, and he thought, I need some of that.
Yeah. Don't need to piss myself to get in this film.
Like my brother.
Like my fucking older brother.
Like Kieran. We're going to change it up, and I want you to do plot in 10 words, but between you. So I don't care who goes first. Guests can go first if you like.
Yeah, I'm happy for you to go first.
Thanks.
But it's
Start me off easy.
one word each until we get to 10. I'll be
Okay.
counting. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Easy.
One word each.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to tee you up with some words as well.
No, don't do me any
Help him
favours.
or hinder him as much as you want,
I won't
Tom.
I'll indirectly not be helping you because I'm terrible.
Okay,
So
yeah.
not out of maliciousness. Is that a word?
Yeah, off you go.
I'll start with crop.
And you got one way to go from there.
Yeah, circles.
Aliens.
What?
Is that your
Crop
word?
circle aliens.
How is it so always so? Even when you got support,
Hang on.
you've only
crop
got to do
circle.
5 words this
Because it
time.
don't make sense to me in my head. I'm trying to line the words up. Crop circle aliens.
have to be a full
Invasion.
Yeah, sure.
Family.
I'm
Farm.
yeah, farm. I'm so close to replacing you with something this time. It's so succinct.
But
Farm.
it doesn't make
Yeah.
farm. Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry.
Family farm.
Clues.
Clues. I'm not.
This.
Yeah.
He's
I'm off
not.
on mine.
Yeah, you were putting all your eggs in his basket, and now you're looking at me. Right, where are we at? Crop circle,
circles,
alien invasion,
alien invasion,
family farm
Family
clues.
farm clues.
What the
3 words. wrap
family
it up.
farm
Bring
clues.
it home. Land this plane.
Come. I'm teeing you up now. Come.
Clues come.
Comes not a clue. Clues. I'm just going to ignore that. I'm just saying.
No,
what?
don't. No,
Just say-
don't. I'm teeing you up real well.
Come.
Water.
Come water. Fucking hell. Come water. This is worse.
This is worse than me on my own. Come water. Allergic.
Right, let me get my head around that. Crop circles. Alien invasion.
Family farm. Clues.
Come water
water.
allergy.
I was teeing you up
That's
for.
not a plot.
I know it.
That's not a
I
plot
was
to a
teeing you
film.
up for clues come to fruition.
Oh, what?
What?
It's not a tee up.
It was kind. It was yeah. But
Yeah, it went off the rails at Clue, I think.
The film's full of clues, though, isn't it?
it is. Yeah, it is.
That's what I was going for.
Classic M Night film.
Yeah.
M. Night.
Yeah, midnight.
Midnight.
He loves the twists, doesn't he?
Do you want to have a go at reviewing it in 10 words between you, or do you want to just...
I'll let you.
abandon
Let
the guest.
Let the guest.
Okay, review it in 10 words.
I feel like he was holding me back anyway, to be honest. So.
Review 10 words. Suspenseful, thrilling. I'm going to say underrated.
That's fair.
That's good, yeah.
That's fair.
Pretty succinct in 3 words already.
Yeah, already. He's missing a couple of big ones for me, but...
I've only done 3.
It's a classic. It's a classic. Action. It's not action-packed. Not action-packed. You don't have to go to 10 if you don't want. You can stick at 3.
What was it? Suspenseful, thrilling. What was the third one?
You're just doing adjectives.
Yeah. It's a good way
Makes
to review
sense,
things.
Yeah, makes sense. Why didn't you ever mention that in series 1?
Underrated is what you said.
Underrated, that was it, yeah. Shame about the dogs.
Yeah, it's
About
fair.
the dogs, yeah. The one they forget outside's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, you just hear it. Oh,
Yeah.
It's awful.
Quality acting,
Yeah,
all
that's it.
round.
That's it, isn't it? Quality acting. Is it all round as well? I had 3, and then I had shame.
I think he's got over his quota.
Quality acting.
All
round.
round. We'll take all round.
Yeah, we can hyphen it all round. That's fine. As you're a guest, you taking notes?
Bullshit.
Tom, if you were an alien invading Earth for its natural resources, what crop circle would you draw?
I mean, there's only one graphic that any adult male could draw in a crop circle, and that's a raging penis.
Route 1.
Raging,
Yeah.
I was thinking it's Route 1.
What would you do?
I can't think of anything else.
I think I'd do something really visually pleasing that isn't a giant cock and balls. Like, so like when aeroplanes fly past and stuff, all the aliens, in fact, who need to navigate, so they look down at it, it all looks nice. So like a shopping basket, but on its side. So like if you had like the line, the lines would be still full corn, but then the squares in between would be patted down.
Right.
I just think that'd look nice rather than they just do random circles and stuff, don't they?
So
Doesn't make any sense.
a giant shopping basket in the sky. I suppose if you're harvesting for natural resources, you're going to need a big
And they
shopping
go,
basket.
yeah, and that's how they map it out. They put shopping baskets across the world
It's like
and go,
leading them to
this
where the
is-
click and collect is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get it. Got there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you think it feels wrong not to swing?
No, I'm probably against that point. I think it's silly not to swing. Swing.
It's silly to swing?
Silly.
So you think Joaquin
swing.
shouldn't have swung?
You
Yeah.
shouldn't have
yeah.
swung.
Shouldn't have swung.
Okay.
Swang's definitely a word.
Quick alien impression?
Should have known this was coming, to be fair. What, from Signs?
Yeah, it's what the film will come.
Preferably.
Don't give him a way out of this.
No, he's a guest. You've got.
We need to go
Preferably
hard
Signs,
on
but
the
if you've got a good other film alien impression to pull out the bag, then please, by all means. That's pretty good. Yeah, you absolutely champing a bit for that.
Go on,
weren't you? You were
go
waiting
on.
for it.
May as
I
well
don't think I can do it. I've not got enough
You
saliva
can
on my mouth.
scat. So you can scat, so you must be able to... You're doing Hannibal Lecter.
If you watch closely, it is Anthony Hopkins in a mask.
It's got that tongue, hasn't he?
Wandered onto the wrong set, didn't he? Thought he was on Hannibal.
Sean Connery is on Hannibal.
Tom, are you the kind that sees signs, sees miracles, or do you believe that people just get lucky?
Definitely lucky. Yeah.
Miracle Boy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I thought you would be.
Underrated superhero.
That's it.
I can grant any miracle. Okay, last one. Then we'll get onto the thingy proper. Think for a minute about all the water currently in your home and tell me how many signs aliens could you and your family defeat?
Absolutely none.
Is it a quantity of water thing? Is it a volume thing?
You don't
or-
have any glasses?
There's no glasses laying around full of water. So could I spit on it?
That's between you and the alien, I guess.
Oh, did I?
It poses a good question though. Does saliva? Would it be like it getting little bullets
Drip drips.
all over it? Little drip drips.
Yeah, but when
little drip drips. That's That's your rap name, isn't it?
Little Drip Drips. J-Law, little... Why am I counting? I don't have to do everything in 10 words all of my life now. J-Law, little Drip Drips. Because when Meryl is...
Do I need to say it again?
When Meryl Streep's fighting that alien in Science...
She's fantastic in it, man.
She's so good. Pretending to be Joaquin Phoenix. No, he's hitting the glasses, isn't he? And it's like, so it like spits on him. It doesn't seem to do a great deal. It keeps him at arm's length.
It's like it being hit with acid, I think. It's like if you were to throw a bit of acid at like a strong acid.
With your hand.
You to fling some acid.
Just take it out of the pot and throw it.
That would cause a similar burn, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then it all goes in its face at the end, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it all pours down, yeah. So.
It just all pours down.
So it just...
What?
What?
So, enough question chat, alien chat. John, you've got a thingy for us?
We're in probably a third of the way into the film, I would say. So the crop circle's been found. Caroline, the police officer, or whoever she is from the police, has been to see him. They've had the intruder who runs across the roof, who they think is Lionel Pritchard.
Lionel Pritchard. Enter on the ceiling.
Literally. Imagine if that was the end of the film. So they thought they saw Lionel Richie on the ceiling. Wasn't him.
I don't think it's him, Meryl, is it?
It is.
I swear it's Lionel Richie.
He's been inside for years. Why would he be here on our roof?
Here of all places.
He's going, look. He's 100%. It's Lionel Richie.
He's dancing on the ceiling.
Literally dancing. Who else could it be?
Lionel Richie's famously got a 25-foot vertical leap. It's Olympic sprinter level stamina.
Right.
See, I've always thought dancing on the ceiling. Because this is a ceiling.
Upside down.
Outside, yeah. So surely it's upside down.
Like a bat.
Yeah.
Like a big spider on the ceiling. It's like, help, I can't sit down.
He's not dancing, he's actually stuck. So he's stuck.
I don't want to be up here anymore.
And then they take him off and put him on the roof instead, and that's how he's ended up there. When did he release that single? That's how long he's been up there. 20 years he's been upside down. His head's knackered. He's got so much blood in his head. He passes out every couple of minutes.
Like Carl's body up to his head's upright.
He's got abs for days though, because he's having to like do sit-ups to keep himself conscious.
An ab master on it.
So
we're on the. Someone's on the roof. There's been a crop circle.
Yeah. So, and then they come back, and there's more crop circles found all over the world. On the news, they hear it.
Yeah.
So Caroline's like, "What in God's name is going on?" So she leaves and says, "Just go into town and order pizza." Basically, it's like the way to solve this problem. I'm not against it. It just makes me laugh. That she's like, "Go and get some pizza." So all four of them go into town. Mel Gibson goes to the pharmacy, which is a really good scene. That's really quite a funny, light scene, to be fair. Considering how. It's actually quite funny.
Comedy in it,
yeah,
actually.
there is. It's
There's
like
really
quite
dry
understated,
humour.
but it is good. Meryl goes to the. I don't know where he goes, but is it like a army recruitment office or something like that? Yeah. That's where he sees Lionel Richie. He's finally got down. He's yeah. So he's also enrolled into the army as well at this point. And the kids go to the bookshop. So this is where the thingy starts for me. So there's two pieces, two parts, sorry, I should say, to the thingy. One's more trivial than the other. So I'll just repeat that. One's more trivial than the other. So he goes to the lady because the guy is moaning about how many times the soda advert's been on, and he's like 13. And they're watching this, and he says, "Do you have any books on extraterrestrials?" So they get the book, and sort of from then on out in the whole film, they basically take whatever this book says as complete gospel, regardless of what it is. So that's where they get the tinfoil hat ideas from, and why the aliens are even invading, despite Ray Reddy, who killed his wife in as it ends up, having one in his pantry, and he gives some real clear rationale that like they don't go anywhere near water. So, but we'll ignore that and listen to this book that written by someone that's never actually been in this situation. So that's the main part of the thing is why have they taken so much out of this book? But also the other part of it is when they go get the book, the woman knows the exact spot where the book is, to the point, not just the shelf. She knows it's third from the end. Why does she know exactly where that... They've only got one extraterrestrial book as well. One extraterrestrial book.
But it didn't order. It came by mistake.
It came by mistake. Yeah. Arguably, that's a bigger thing than the first one. One extraterrestrial book in the shop. So I think probably, I mean, you okay?
Yeah, extraterrestrial.
So it's a two-parter. I don't know at this point. I'm not sure if they're linked, but yeah, why do they take so much from this book rather than just thinking for themselves and using their logic? As you know, they've got two grown adults there looking after two kids. They choose to lock themselves in, fine, that's what they choose. But everything that leads them towards it is, they take from this book. And then Mel Gibson, even when Mel Gibson's character finally comes round to the fact that the aliens are real, and he meets it in the pantry, cuts its fingers off. That's the point where he finally gives in.
Was it just trying to shake his hand? Is that why he's going next to me?
It was actually just Lionel Richie if fall off the pantry ceiling and got locked in. But
pantries are normally quite low ceilings.
His head was about that far from the floor.
Like that, through the floor.
He was just dangling his hand.
He falls, his arm is slots and then he gets his hand chopped off. Doesn't it wonder he's pissed off when he comes down?
That's it, yeah.
I was only trying to dance the ceiling.
Sorry, I didn't.
I couldn't dance on the pantry ceiling. Don't know, I wasn't allowed to dance on the pantry.
Didn't have to chop my fingers off, mate. I wanted to dance on your pantry ceiling.
It's not even your house. It's Ray's house.
He knows in my name. The thingy. So the thingy is, why do they put so much stock into this book? And secondly, and possibly more importantly, why does the woman, the shopkeeper or shopkeeper's wife or whoever she is, know exactly where this one book about extraterrestrials is? Floor's yours.
First part for me is Graham Hess.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson's character was a reverend.
Yeah.
Followed the good book majority of his life, I assume.
Yeah.
Obviously his wife got killed, so he then, is it renouncing your faith?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
And, was lost and grieving and whatever. Anyway, this book comes into the family that, explains quite a lot, and maybe they're just in that mindset where they can follow a book that's telling them maybe what they need to know.
They've got a lot of faith in books, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
But from a thematic perspective, that makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
seems a bit too cut and dry for me.
Okay, in a film about aliens that are allergic to water.
It's a bit tight, it's a bit harsh.
I agree from a sort of a narrative that it's a parallel, as it were, between a more religious text and a more pseudo-scientific text that they choose to sort of follow its teachings.
You don't want to be governed by anything else.
And it guides them to salvation, effectively, at the end of it. Mm. But maybe it is a little bit too...
Seems a bit too easy.
Yeah. I can't remember the writer of the book, the author of that book.
I didn't know. Oh,
he's an unemployed scientist.
Dr. Bimbo.
Dr. Bimbo.
Because he makes fun of his name, yeah. That means he's unemployed.
Is Dr. Bimbo some sort of a prophet?
Potentially.
So...
Cogs are turning, I can see. It's okay. Yeah. Doesn't explain why the bookseller knows exactly where it is.
No.
Is she also a prophet?
Why prophet?
Well, prophets can see the future, can't they?
Yeah, but...
Or predict it, at least. Prophesize.
I just think... Okay, so question then. Doesn't matter, I've just answered my own question in my head.
Okay, great. Don't share it with the listeners.
Well, no, I was going to say, like, in the book, they go, that's a little bit like our house.
Yeah.
Right. And there's 3 people laid on the lawn. But I was thinking, where's Meryl? But Meryl's obviously inside, hitting water at Lionel Richie.
The house is also on fire, which is not.
The
house isn't on fire.
That didn't happen.
So it's not perfect.
Exactly.
Prophetic.
That's what I mean. It's just for me. It's just an example of what could happen. It's just it's an illustration. I mean, anything.
Yeah, but Mel Gibson's character would say that God meant for them to find that book. Mm. She knew exactly where it was and guided them to it. Mm-hmm. It was a sign. That's the name of the film, isn't it?
Mm. Well, there's there's nothing to lead them to the shop apart from the police woman saying go into town.
And he goes, go and buy a book. He goes, here's $20, go and buy a book. And then we'll go
buy a really specific book about extraterrestrials.
I'm going to the pharmacy. Does he go to get? He goes to get
his medication. Asthma medication.
Yeah. He says, come back in 5 minutes to Meryl. He says, I think I'm sure he says
15.
He said 15.
He says, be back for pizza in 15.
Pizza in 15. And Meryl goes off to he doesn't know where he's going.
He just walks off into the distance, doesn't he?
He wants to sign up, doesn't he? But he doesn't sign up, so... Yeah, I mean, just see.
No, I don't think so. He says, can you got a pamphlet? Mm. Another thing that bugs me about that scene, and it's not a thingy, but they only order 1 pizza between 4 of them. Who does that?
I think that's quite common there in the States.
Is it?
Yeah, you go for some pie, don't you? You just get 1 big slice, don't you, normally?
Yeah.
I think it's normal people who don't have, like, overeating ingrained in their personal belief system.
Yeah, that's fair. We should buy a book on it. I don't mind sharing if it's pre-agreed that you're sharing. I think that's fair.
You have a pizza to yourself.
Yeah, like if we get this, we'll all share. I'm alright with that because I'll just buy enough to share. Yeah. What I'm not down for is going for tapas and there's 8 of you and you get 8 dishes. So you get 1 dish each. It's effectively a bowl of peanuts size. Like, what the fuck? No thanks. I'd rather freaking stay at home. Dance on the ceiling, dance in the pantry.
Right, we've massively sidetracked about this. There's got to be some sort of in-universe explanation. Let's take God out of the equation.
Let's jump backwards to the other thingy, to the shopkeeper.
Yeah. How does she know?
How does she know where? Why? Like,
has she just got instant recall? Has she just got like a what's it called? Where you can just
like a photographic memory.
Yeah.
Why can't I speak? A photographic memory.
Yeah.
Photographic memory. I don't know.
Like, she's wasted in working in a bookshop. A bookshop's assistant, no less. I think the guy owns the place. So.
But she's wife, right? She's wife to the book because he's worried about how many soda they're trying to sell soda, right? That's what he thinks. He thinks it's a scam. Yeah. They're trying to sell soda. 13, he says, doesn't he?
He does.
When asking for the book. I think she knows more.
She's letting on.
I think she knows more than she's letting on.
She's in cahoots with the aliens.
Possibly.
But she wants to stop them. So she
needs because she doesn't necessarily... She didn't know that this book is going to potentially lead to...
Has she ever read the book?
Maybe she has. Maybe she's a believer of the whole alien invasion thing. She's read the book, she knows exactly where it is, but she's trying to keep that away from her husband who doesn't believe it.
So she's been reading it daily.
On the daily.
Every day she's been walking past and reading another page slightly, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "I'm just cleaning." And she puts the book back in real quick. She goes, "I'm just cleaning."
She goes, I'm just cleaning.
She goes, "I'm just cleaning." And he goes, "You all right?"
He goes, "You're distraught." Yeah. He goes, "No, I'm just cleaning. This book about extra-terrestrials."
This book about extra-terrestrials. So she's a believer. Not to be confused with a believer. I don't think he's born at this point. It's happening, John. It's going off the rails.
Right. So we've got Lionel Richie on the ceiling. We've got Justin Bieber in the pizza shop. So no, I feel like she knows more. Like, there's no it's not a big bookshop, but there's still like hundreds of books there.
Presumably, yeah.
No one's ever booked it out because it
Because it's
came
a shop
by
and not a
accident.
library.
Yeah. So no one's ever offered to bring it back after paying for it.
And how many sea folk did you get visiting that shop?
Yeah, exactly. So it's in for the city folk. So no one's ever touched this book, but yet she knows that should be right at the bottom of her mind palace, not at the top.
So, but we've established that she reads it every day.
Okay, so she reads it every day
when she's cleaning.
when she's cleaning.
And she's a believer of the otherworldly, the alien, whatever.
Is she a believer or is she?
Just a big old fan.
She's
A big fan of aliens.
okay, but
Maybe it's just making her life worth living. Maybe she just lives. All she's got is books, and her husband is grumpy, and she thinks, do you know what? I want to read about aliens.
what if? Okay,
Let me read about aliens if I want to.
is there a chance
Sound out.
that she's not?
Human.
I don't know. Like, it feels too easy. Like, why she knows where it is. She cleans it every day, right? So we've established now that she cleans it every day when she's cleaning. But why is she fixated on it? What's her end game? Like, what does she? Why is she fixated on this book, not a book about crocheting or a book about vampires? Another, mythic. Character or being.
Maybe she's got. Maybe there's about 4 or 5 books of like city books about vampires and I don't know,
City books,
aliens and city folk reading material. That she goes round and reads a page of them every day. And she knows where they all are. She knows where the alien one is. She knows where the vampire one is. She knows.
So why is she reading them?
Because she's interested in it. I don't think that's that far fetched that she'd like to read them. Like I think we're fixated on them.
Smells fishy to me.
When was it set? What?
It's present day, right?
At the time,
I think,
so
yeah,
2000.
early noughties, yeah.
I think so.
So she would likely have been like what, maybe in her 20s during the 70s crop circle scandals and stuff that were happening. So maybe she got interested then when she was younger.
Maybe
she was part of it.
Maybe she was the hoaxer, the initial hoaxer.
Okay, now we're getting into the meat
Now
and two veggies.
yeah.
Okay. Tom has brought his meat and veg and he's really tucked in.
He's really got stuck in with it.
She's a big old hoaxer.
Yeah.
She hoaxed in the 70s and she's
Hoaxing again now.
hoaxing again now, so she thinks. But then it all changes.
Because
Could have been at the same time.
Because Meryl says it's a bunch of nerds who never had girlfriends. Who needs nerds? She, it's just there on her own, isn't it?
Well,
Boards and
people
ropes.
who read books are classically meant to be nerds.
Yeah.
So
Stereotypically.
they're nerds, the bookshop owners. So was he part of it? Was the husband part of it? Was the husband never part of it? We're digging really back.
Well, that
deep
would
into the history.
explain why he thinks it's a scam if he knows that his wife's done it previously.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Tom.
Yeah.
This is so much more help than you've ever been.
Yeah.
I so often have to try and get my head around these, and we've finally got
I
help.
coincidentally go on a long-term sick break after this episode, and you take my place.
Okay, so they're both big
Hoaxers.
alien fans. They're hoaxers from the 70s. She's still a believer. He's He's thinking it's a hoax. I used to do it. I know all about it. I'm not going to tell you to do it because there's a statute of limitation and I don't want to get caught from my old crop circle days.
He's talking about Soda to try and deflect the hoax away from the kids so they stop asking questions and get out the shop.
She lets slip. She says, I know exactly where the book is. He twigs. They sell the book. They leave. And he turns to her and he says, you've still been reading them books, haven't you?
You goddamn bitch.
You were not cleaning those books.
You were not cleaning those Dracula books.
He walks over, runs his finger down the vampire books. Filthy.
This V section.
She's not even been cleaning them to like as part of the ruse. She's just been reading them and putting them back in. She could have just wiped it clean.
There's a few finger marks where she's gone like that. So the top right corner of every page is really clean.
John's licking his finger and turning the page. For
sorry, I'm doing that. I'm still doing it. I'm doing that.
Okay, I'm happy with that. I think that's probably the most sound bit of evidence we've ever come up with. And when I say evidence, I mean utter nonsense, but it makes sense.
Okay, so how does that then? So how do these two? How does this rogue hoaxer fit into the bigger thingy?
Yeah, because you've got to try and think why she'd
quite
now
happily
give up the book as well.
Yeah,
she could have said, "Oh no, we don't have any."
That's it.
Extraterrestrial books.
Yeah, job done. So, but like most people, when they do these things, they want to be seen, don't they? These hoaxers, they want people to see the crop circles and talk about it.
Does she think it's? Does her husband thinks it's a hoax again because he knows he's seen it happen before. He used to be part of it. Does she think it's a hoax, or does she think it's the real thing coming into fruition?
I think I've got it. I think something. What if she's the hoaxer? We've established she's a historic hoaxer, repeat offender. So, what if she has come in contact with them up there?
Yeah.
Not Lionel Richie, a bit further up.
Look past Lionel Richie.
They look up, but it's just on everyone's ceiling. Like,
he's like, don't mind me.
Don't mind me, and he's reading a vampire book upside down. But his feet are going on the ceiling, aren't they? What if she's been in I don't know. In my head, I can't quite establish how that's happened yet. What if she's been in some sort of contact and she basically goes, I want to be the world's best UFO hoaxer. She says that to a UFO. She says that to an alien being, and he goes, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like when we've done it before.
It comes down and says, we want to take this world. We will give you your anything you desire if you tell us all about this planet and how we can invade. And she goes, I want to be the world's best invasion hoaxer.
So
they go, job done. We're doing it anyway.
Yeah, it's Job Busman's holiday for us, isn't it?
You just take credit for it.
This is it. So she has a chat. She has the chat with them. She has the sex talk. She has the chat with them, and they go. Funny thing though. The world you live on's like 90% water. We're not a big fan of that. And she goes, no, it'll be fine. Don't worry. You just come down. I'll get the boards and ropes out like I used to in the 70s. You just bring a few your lot down.
They go. The water is only in the sea and the lakes, though, isn't it? You aren't piping that into your houses or anything, are you?
People don't drink. People don't drink it, do they?
She's like, would that stop the plan? If we were doing that, would that stop your invasion plans? Like, definitely. We wouldn't do it. No.
Why do you think there's so many soda commercials? We only drink soda, yeah. Who drinks water? Not me.
There's definitely no water in soda.
So
we didn't even do it in the 70s.
She's become sort of some de facto ambassador for planet Earth. Through some chance meeting with one of these aliens.
Yeah. That's where my head's going.
And they've made some sort of loose alliance for her to take credit, even though she never does, and for them to invade a planet which, unbeknownst to them, does have a lot of water all over it.
Yeah, I think she's she wants to be in the limelight. She wants to do the mass hoax all across the world. She goes, since the 70s, obviously, all went quiet. It just went to shit for her. So she thought, I'm just going to have to keep reading this book. Keep reading this book in the shop.
One page at a time.
One page at a time. Keep cleaning the vampire section and just bide my time. And then, yeah, they've had to chat. I don't know how still need to figure that bit out. But it's definitely...
Is there a translator involved? Because they talk through clicking, I think, don't they?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean...
They could have written it down.
She probably had a walkie-talkie as well from the 70s. They might have kids. They look like they're in their 50s or 60s, don't they?
Yeah.
Like present day. So they might have kids. So they'd probably have...
But why would the walkie...
Because that's how they hear them communicating. So maybe she intercepted comms like Rory McCauley does.
And she can speak click.
Well, yeah, I mean, we both did it earlier on, and we both knew...
Well, no wonder she got misunderstood then when you're talking about the pipes and all of that.
That's it, yeah. So she just starts going... and they
do it back and she goes...
Oh, they're ready for us. There is no water. There's no water. They don't drink it.
She's trying to communicate, but she's clicking. I don't know why. Yeah. Should I click back?
So they're all going, and they're at the other end, they're going... So they have this conversation through scatting and clicking, and
there ain't no water.
She accidentally tells them that by accident she just wings it, and like, no water. They've got rid of that planet that was 90% water before. They've got rid of it all. Job done. We're safe to go. So then they approach her and say, because you gave us the all clear, there's absolutely no reason for us to have the crop cycles now because there's no water. Let me just backtrack a little bit because it was making sense. Now it's starting to not make much sense anymore.
Just to coordinate where they want to be, right?
Yeah, but I think
what are they harvesting? Are they harvesting people?
Well, they seem to be harvesting the people because they go to put the gas into Rory McCauley, don't they?
That's just poisonous gas.
Oh, is that to knock them out?
To kill everybody, right?
Okay,
kill them,
but probably after the world's resources. That was one of the things that he says in the book. They either want to, sort of share resources and things like that.
Yeah, or they've used all the resources on their planet.
Yeah, or they're looking for another planet because they've used them all up. So
it could be
they're hostile.
Anything on the planet that they need. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just the crop cycles are just there to guide them across the planet. Then.
Yeah,
something like a Google Maps, don't you? When you go
so she goes, I'll draw you a massive cock and balls, and I'll draw you a shopping basket wherever you need to drop off. All these things. This is where you've
seen the planet and noticed that it's covered 70% in water. Or 9%, whatever it is.
Yeah, I pulled 90 out of my ass. I don't know where I got the percentage 90% water from. That's probably not accurate.
It's 2/3, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's 90% minus 20% water.
And like you say, they've somehow got in touch.
Yeah.
And they've then conveyed to her that you need to tell us where to go away from the water.
Yeah.
Because they say...
She fucks it, doesn't she? She proper fucks it.
Can you navigate us with your really good crop cycles that we saw 30 years ago?
Yeah. She goes, exactly. We've been watching you.
We were driving past 70 years ago.
And I saw that shopping basket that you did. Great work. 4 stars.
Has she done all the crop cycles across the whole planet? I'm really lost now.
Well, maybe she started a cult.
She must have a crew.
Yeah, maybe she's got insiders in every major city.
Crop cycle crew.
So that's what she's been doing since the 70s.
They do say you can do a couple of boards
and ropes overnight.
Yeah.
So she's had 30 years to plan to put inside people across the world. If she only needs a couple of people in each major city, she's been planning this for 30 years, and they've gone, right, is the last one done? And they go, yeah. Are you sure they've got rid of all the water? Sure.
We're just going to triple check. Is all the water?
I know we've been asking you every day for the last 30 years, but are you sure there's no water? And they definitely don't drink it. They definitely don't leave it lying around the house.
So they did they were just driving by on the way to somewhere, like the shops or whatever, and they saw the crop cycles 30 years ago, and that's when they first got in contact with her.
Yeah,
They've been in contact with her for all this time.
Maybe we've got an insider on the planet who's speaking our language.
It would
so to
explain that
speak.
she likes reading the books. It just reminds her of her friends, doesn't it?
That's her way of like feeling like she's
Part
having
of
a
it.
chat with her. Yeah,
Yeah.
She probably has one
She's
of them.
like, there's Derek in that picture.
Yeah,
Paul in that one. She's named him herself. She doesn't know.
Yeah.
But that's the gist, and she's like, oh.
Can't wait to see them in another 28 years. Oh, she didn't know. Does she know it's going to be 30 years?
They'd have probably told her roughly when it could happen. Maybe they keep stringing her along a little bit though.
Yeah, and that's why she tells them there's no water. Maybe she's got
So
fed
she's
up
done it
of the long
intentionally
game.
now, it's not
Maybe
miscommunication.
because she wants to. Yeah.
She's done them over then.
She's
a hero.
This one 60-year-old bookkeeper has basically saved the planet whilst letting it be invaded first.
And she gives the book to Rory Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Because he's a sweet young lad and she wants him to save himself.
But she doesn't know he's going to save himself, does she?
Well,
She's just let them all invade first.
Yeah, but she thinks, read the book, you'll figure it out. You're a smart lad.
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah.
He's fine. They're all family fan. Thanks to the book. And her.
30 years of planning.
Yeah. I hate
Anything else? Anything else to add, Tom?
I'm just thinking now that the aliens don't even know what crop circles are and could never do them. It's all been this woman.
Yeah. Maybe, like you say, maybe they were just driving past going to the shops and they saw them like, oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe it's a sign.
Maybe it's just an exhibition. Let's go have a look.
Yeah, free exhibition.
Yeah.
They could see them from space, though.
Well, maybe they're in the atmosphere.
Okay, yeah.
Because they would come. Surely, if they're doing recce's for other planets to live on, then they would go into the atmosphere. Because they're invisible, aren't they? Their ships will go invisible.
And they've gone invisible, and at night they've just seen her doing it, and that's why they've made contact directly with her because they've seen her doing the with the board and
that's why they knew where to find her when they approached her about doing the big job.
Yeah,
the big worldwide.
I hate to use the term watertight because we do throw it around. You'll pardon the pun, but it's
pretty
slick.
I think that sets a really good foundation. That part of it. I still think the other part of it is pretty loose. Like why they
why do they look into it? Why do they follow the book's advice? You mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
You solved that right at the start, off the top there.
I mean, that
follow the good book, don't they?
I think.
Goes on tight.
I think. I mean, she might have even said to him, "Make sure you follow every piece of advice in this book." So when they're in the shop,
she leans in and she
goes, "Come and look at this clean vampire section over here."
And she is alone with the kids for a bit as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's just getting
she
right
goes
in their
right.
faces.
She briefs them and goes, "You need to stop drinking all your water and start leaving half glasses lying around your lady."
And she goes, "I already do that." Doesn't
And she goes, "Yeah, sorry, but I can't see in your house, can I? I'm not a weirdo. Why would I know that?" She goes, "I'm not lying on Richie. I don't just fucking lie around in people's
I'm not the one dancing on you, Sailing.
I'm not the one dancing on you, Sailing. That's Lionel." And it pans across and he's there. He's there again. It's just who is there. He just comes in uninvited, always dancing on the ceiling. And then she goes, yeah, she looks at her husband and goes, "I'll show you my clean vampire section. Look at the corners where I've lit my fingers over 30 years. And they go, "What?" And she goes, "Doesn't matter, long story." Right. And then she briefs them. She goes, "Look, your old man, fair play, his wife died in a car crash. Can't blame him. He don't believe in God anymore. It won't like this book, 'cause it's much like the other one. It's going to tell you exactly what you should do, and you need to believe it." And he goes, "Yeah, I definitely will believe it." And she goes, "Yeah, but you need to convince him. Why don't you hide your asthma medication that he's at the shop getting?" How does she know that? But she knows it. She's seen him walk past, going to the pharmacy. He goes, "If you hide your asthma medication, get into the basement. And you need to put your life on the line for him to finally believe everything that it says in this book."
He'll see it as a sign.
He'll see it as a sign. I
She
promise
looks
it'll
at the
work.
camera. They go, "We can't use that. All this scene's ruined now."
He goes, "Lionel, you can come down now." He goes, "Good, my fucking head's killing."
It's pounding. It's pounding.
It's like,
It's blown up like a big aubergine. It's just full of blood. He's up on his shrivel.
You have to lower him down and like bring him back round with some like Lucozade and stuff. And then
Get some electrolytes in him.
get some
Full of
electrolytes, guys.
God.
And then I guess the rest of the film pans out like it does because she already has all the knowledge. So I think actually the more trivial part of the thingy actually feeds right into the main thingy. Speechless. It's speechless.
Speechless.
30-second summary, I'd say. A young hoaxer meets aliens in the 70s.
They start a 30-year plan.
To use boards and ropes to draw shopping baskets all across the world.
Over time, she betrays them.
And tells them that all the water has gone off from the planet.
They question it quite a lot over the next 30 years, and she's adamant all the water is gone.
Even after they double and triple check.
Then they come back.
Lionel Richie's on the ceiling.
Oh, what a feeling.
Rory Rory Macaulay Culkin kills the dog.
For no reason. He's like it attacked her, she's like, it didn't. He's a psychopath.
Because it fell.
How did it fall on you and the knife in the top of its head? That's what you're saying.
After the master hoaxer starts her plan, Caroline, the police officer, tells him to go to town and buy pizza. It's good medicine.
The kids buy the book from the hoaxer.
She convinces them to persuade the dad that it's all real.
He locks them all in the basement.
And the film plays out as normal.
Is it really obvious when you watch this film back, seeing as you brought the film, is it really obvious when you think if you watch it back now, you'll go, oh yeah, it was clear it was her all along?
Yeah, completely. You said you were going to ruin it at the beginning of this, and now I feel like
it's actually made it a better film, yeah.
100%.
I do that sometimes.
Inadvertently,
I'm an
occasionally,
artist.
you make it better.
I appreciate the
An
couple in the
artist.
bookstore a lot more now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You'll be every time we watch it now, we'll be waiting for that scene, won't we? Because
Yeah.
there they are. the
And we'll be
heroes.
doing that thing where, when you know Lionel Richie's going to show up in the background, and you'll be doing that.
Yeah.
Pausing it.
Lionel Richie's drinking game.
Lionel Richie signs drinking game.
Trademarks. We own that.
Weird.
You can't.
No one
No one can make that. I think it's time for us to say thank you.
to Tom for coming on. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. See you next time.
For another episode of the
Film Thingy Podcast. Woo!